ImproMaths Live. We meet every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Singapore time, and we discuss grade 7 MYP or grade 7 IGCSE syllabus in detail, mathematics syllabus in detail. So please note that the mathematics syllabus for grade 7 is more or less common in the entire world. So even if you are not doing MYP or IGCSE, you can still follow this because these are the basic foundations of your next few years. So if there is anything that you're lacking in foundation, like anything on basics, you can follow these videos and you can get your basics brushed up. We also have the playlist on our YouTube channel, which you can go and visit and revise the concepts which you are weak in. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment below that video and I will answer those questions to my best ability. Okay, so let's start. Today we are going to continue with decimals. Last time we did expansion of decimals, writing the decimals into words. Then we did converting decimals into fractions and fractions into decimals. Today we are going to learn about like and unlike decimals, how to convert unlike decimals into like decimals, and how to add and subtract decimals. So let's go and jump into decimals right away. So let me share my screen and then we will start it. Okay, this is IB stuff, we are not concerned about this. So like fractions, like we also have like and unlike decimals. So when we say like decimals, you have to remember that they have same number of digits after the decimal point. So let's say I have 5.312, I have 636.407, or I have 516.789. So if you see, all of them have 3 digits after the decimal place. So these are called like decimals. So they are very easy to add and subtract. Okay. So in unlike decimals, yes, you can guess it, the number of digits after the decimal point are going to be different. So it is going to be either, let's say, 4.02, 55.6, and 703.4821. So here we have 2 digits, here we have 1 digit, here we have 4 digits. So these are all unlike decimals. They are not same in any sense. They don't have same number of digits after a decimal place. But in case of fractions, like we did LCM and we made them same, in case of decimals, it's easier than that. We don't have to take LCM or anything. We can put any number of zeros that we want after the number. So let's say I have a 5.312 and I have to take 4.02 and make it to like decimal. I will convert 4.02 into 020. So I have 3 digits after decimal place, I have 3 digits after decimal place. So they became like decimals. Okay, now making them like and unlike decimals, or sorry, converting unlike decimals into like decimals is important, because when we are doing our addition and subtraction, we need same number of digits after the decimal place to make it easier for us to add or subtract. Okay, so before we start with decimal addition and subtraction, we are quickly going to uh, revise our normal whole number addition and subtraction. So let's say I have 32498 plus 5617. Okay, so what would you do? You would write 32498 and 7165, right? And then we will add it. So 8 plus 7 15, 1 carry, 1 plus 9 10 plus 1 11, 1 carry, 1 plus 4 5 plus 6 11 again, 1 carry, 1 plus 2 3 plus 5 8, and 3. So answer for this one is going to be 38115. Now instead of these being like this, I will put a decimal place over here. I a decimal over here. Oh, sorry, not there, here. Okay. Now you can see they're like decimals. So we are going to do 32.498 plus 716.5. Okay. Now here is where our addition slightly differs, or here is what the decimal addition looks like. So 8 plus 7 is again 15, 1 carry, 11, 1 carry, 11, 1 carry, 8. So it becomes 38.115. Now here the decimals were like decimals, so we didn't have to add any zero or anything. But let's say if we have unlike decimals like 131.48 plus 3.809. Now here we have three decimals and here we have just two decimal places. So we are going to add a zero at the end. So we are going to get 313.480, and then we are going to say 908 point, so like this. So 3.890, this is how we are going to write. So 0 plus 9 is 9, 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 goes beyond the decimal place. So 1 plus 1, 2 plus 3, 5. Then again we have a 0 and 0 over here. So 135.289. You have to pay attention to how I'm reading this 135.289. Okay, that's how I'm reading it. Okay, now we'll practice a few more. Okay. Let's say I have, let's use our book. So as I had told before also, I use the Hayes and Harris MYP grade 7 book. So you can also use that, or if you have any other book, you can suggest in the comments. I will try to get that book and try it for you. Okay. So here is our few examples that we can add. So we have 13.969 plus 8.091. Okay. Again, we don't have like decimals, so we have to make them like by putting a zero. So again, write them down properly. See, when you know how to add whole numbers, you know that writing the numbers properly one below the other is very important. If you don't do that, you are going to have problems. So 0, 1 is 1, 9 plus 9 is 18, 1 carry, 6 plus 1 is 7. We are going to carry forward the decimal point as it is. 3 plus 8 is 11 and 2. So it is 21.781. How about 0.0037 plus 0.628? So we are going to write the, now we have, here we have 4 decimal places, here we have 3, so we are going to add a 0 here. So it is going to be 0.0037 plus 0.8260, like this. Okay, so 7 plus 0 is 7, 3 plus 8 is 1, 1 carry, 1 plus 2 is 3, 6 and 0. So we have 0.6317. Remember how I'm reading it. It is 0.6317. It is not 0.6317. It is 0.6317. Okay. Now let's go to our subtractions. Now before we do a decimal subtraction, let's do a whole number subtraction. Okay. So let's say 7480 minus 6594. Okay, so I have 7480. First we have to see that the number which is subtracted is smaller than the number from which it is subtracted. Minus, okay, so we don't have anything here, so we are going to make this a 10 and we are going to make this a 7. So 10 minus 4 is 6. Now we are going to, sorry, we are going to borrow a 1 from here and make this 17. 17 minus 9 is 8. We're going to borrow 1 from here and make it 6. And this is 13 minus 5 is again 8. And 6 minus 6 is 0. So answer is 886. Okay, let's see whether we have got the right answer. So we have 7480 minus 6594. This is correct. So what if I had 7.8480 minus 6.594? It would still give me 0.886. So it doesn't matter whether it is a whole number or it is a decimal. The way we subtract is still going to be the same. We are still going to do the borrow and we are still going to do the carry forward in case of addition. So let's try one more. I have 18.7642 minus 3.4080. Okay, so 2 minus 0 is 2. Now this is going to be 14 and this is going to be 5. So 14 minus 8 is 6. Then 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 4 is 3. Then 8 minus 3 is 5 and 50. Because we have a 0 over here. So for your convenience, you can add and subtract any number of zeros behind or succeeding the decimal digits. Okay, so there is no restriction on how many zeros you can add over here or how many zeros you can add over here. Okay, but you have to remember that this number, this one, yeah, use another color for this part of the number stays as it is. You cannot add a zero here or here or here or here. That is not allowed. Okay, so let's do few more examples. So shall I take one from here? Okay, now this one is slightly confusing. 0.083 minus 0.0091. Now if you see, if you just look at the numbers, this number looks bigger, but the 9 is on the thousands place, and on the thousands place here is 3, and there is a 0 in the, sorry, 9 is on the 10th thousands place. At the thousands place we have a 8 over here, and I'm confused, so very sorry about the confusion. So we will take this as 0.0830. Why? Because here we have to add a 0 minus 0.0091. Okay, so this becomes 10. 10 minus 1, we are going to borrow 1 from here. So 10 minus 1 is 9. Then we are going to borrow 1 from here, make it 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. 7, 0.0. So this is how your actual decimal subtraction works. So if you see, it is it's like normally subtracting 91 from 830. So whether it is decimal place or it is whole numbers, the procedure of subtraction remains the same. Every time I teach mathematics, I keep on emphasizing this, that the rules that you have learned into earlier years will still follow when you are learning something new. So when the rules that you have learned for addition and subtraction of whole numbers or natural numbers will still apply to decimals. Okay, there are going to be a few more rules of decimals added on top of that. So whenever you are solving something new or learning something new in mathematics, you have to remember that the old rules still remain the same. They don't change. The new rules are added on top of it or built on top of your old foundation. So that's why I always emphasize that you have to have your foundation very, very strong. Your foundation needs to be extremely strong so that you can build a very beautiful and very confident building of mathematics on top of it. It's the same like our normal buildings. Your construction needs to, your foundation needs to be very strong for the building to sustain. So this is how you have to treat mathematics. You have to treat mathematics like it's a building, but the basics that you learned in earlier years are the foundation of the building. Till grade end of grade 7 you are still building the foundation. Then from grade 8 you will start learning new concepts and you are going to add on top of it. So make sure that your foundation is very very clear. Okay, so let's do few more subtractions before we end today's class, and in next class we will do division and multiplication. Okay, so we have let's take a nice example. So 11.111 minus 8.7034. So we have to add a 0 over here. So this is 0. Then minus 4 is 6. Again we will borrow 1 from here. So 10 minus 3 is 7. Again we will borrow 1 from here. 10 minus, sorry, here, since we have 0 here, 0 minus 0, then we have to borrow again 10, it's 11. And we have to do 0 here. 11 minus 7 is 4, and then 10 minus 8 is 2. So it is 2.4076. So this is how you do your normal subtraction. Okay, now I was since we are speaking about basics, I would like to talk to people who think that every time they go to a maths paper they have to invent something new. Like this question, I have never done this kind of question. I don't know how to do this kind of questions. So when you are writing an examination, there are going to be questions which you have never seen before, because practically as a human it is impossible for us to solve all the problems in the world given to us pertaining to a certain chapter. Okay, like you take fractions and you have done all types of questions on fractions, that is humanly impossible. Okay, so whenever you see a new question, there is always going to be something new that you have never done before. So whenever you see something new, you have to think, okay, what I can do or what way I can approach to it. You have to remember that mathematics is like music or dance. There are 7 basic notes in music, and then you do different combinations. You change the pitch, you change the octave, then you change the speed in which the notes are played, and you do different combinations of notes to create new music. Mathematics is similar like that. You have basic mathematics that is taught to you, and then they give you a question which needs different combinations of those basic concepts to solve that question. So remember that even though the question looks very difficult, or the question is like you have never seen a question like that, you have to remember that you have learned all the concepts that are needed, or those are needed for that particular question. Okay, so always remember that every question is a combination of all the things that you have learned up till now. If you remember this, your life and your mathematics is going to be very easy for you. Always follow ImproMaths YouTube channel for these kind of tips, because I keep on giving these tips during our sessions. So we are going to solve one more problem of subtraction, and then we are going to stop. Okay, so let's say I have 7 minus 4.3086. Now we don't have any decimal in front of 7. So what do? We add decimal places. How? So we need 4 decimal places. So 7.0000. And then we subtract 4.3086 from it. Okay. So this becomes 10. Okay. 10 minus 6 is 4. This becomes 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. This again becomes, this one don't need to become very big, 0. Then this becomes 10 again, and this becomes 6. 10 minus 3 is 7, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So it is again simple subtraction like we used to do for whole numbers. Okay. So we are going to stop here today with our live session. So if you have any questions, or if you want to ask me or suggest anything, please drop a comment below this. And remember that we meet every Monday 7:30 p.m. Singapore time. okay, on our ImproMaths YouTube channel, or my personal Facebook page. So please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you keep on getting the notifications. So I'll see you next Monday. Bye.